Good morning, roller derby fans. My name is Glitterous, and I'll be bringing you all of the derby action this morning. We are at the Goosebumps tournament in Denver, Colorado. Our first game this morning is featuring Zurich Roller Derby and Black Rose AllstarZ. Go through our rosters real quick. For Black Rose Rollers AllstarZ, we have 00 D-Rex, 101 Tree, 14 Jade, 1760 Biohazard, 221 Killy Peppa, 282 Dash Ketchum, 337 Susan Shuramdem, 352 Olive Havoc, 36 Meanie, 82 Starstruck, 83 Grit and Barrett, 84 Phoenix, 86 PTSD, and they are coached by Red Rum and Rage. And on the Zurich City AllstarZ, today we have 1-2 Harley Hot Roll, 1-4 Cookie Monster, 173 Jalapena, 2-1 Mona Mortel, 2-6 Purple Pain, 3-1-4 Indetermination, 3-7 Massive Tiger Moves, 4-2-0 Scardinay, 4-4 Sailor Doom, 5 Flegel, 6-0 Mishy Impossible, 6-9-2 Bambi Black Pearl, 7-9 Jean-Claude Van Damme, 8 Sin Sister, 9 Sick Sinus, and their coaches are Disaster and Salvatore. Please let me know if there's any issues with the stream. I'm by myself running it, so it might be a second delay, but I can change volumes. I can put things on and off the stream. Yeah, just let me know what you need from me. And it looks like we're waiting in anticipation for our first jam today. About 40 seconds left till jam start. Looks to me like Zurich is doing a off-track jam start strategy. Maybe playing their cards late, showing their cards late. Let's see, and I can't quite see numbers from here, but it looks like on the Zurich side we have Mishy Impossible jamming. 5 seconds called there. And the Black Rose jammer is Jade. Looks like right away the Zurich Roller Derby is taking the back line and spreading that pack out. Looks like there's some a fight for the bridge on the top of the pack. Multiplayer called early. That's on Tree. Zurich is working the front of the pack, trying to find a way out, but there's a strong defense with that 2-wall. Getting some offensive help there by Jalapena. And that's lead jammer for Zurich Roller Derby, Mishy Impossible. Star is off for Jade. Some offensive help there in the back. And Jade does get out. Let's see if Zurich chooses to run it. Hearing the call from the coach and the call off by Mishy Impossible. Looks like it's a 4-0 jam in favor of Zurich Roller Derby. All right, so we're starting the next jam with the empty penalty box. Looks like Black Rose is fighting for the top line so far in this game. 2 jams in doesn't say much, but we'll see how that develops through the game. We have D-Rex jamming for Black Rose AllstarZ and Scardinay for Zurich. Yeah, lots of offensive help on the Zurich end by Flegel, and it comes to fruition. Skardny has lead jammer status. Star pass there. Oh no, oh no. Looks like we had a star pass to Starstruck. Unfortunately, they had a cut track call, so that's a power jam now for Zurich. We have 4 working the defense for Black Rose, really trying to slow down Skardny. All right, looks like they got 2 points before calling it off. They iced Starstruck in the penalty box, so it does give Zurich a little advantage in the start of this next jam. It's always a fun strategy to ice a pivot as a jammer. Love it. It looks like we have an official review, probably on the Black Rose side. You know, there's a lot of strategy into official reviews. Some people say don't use your official review early. I don't know. My opinion is if it's valid, call it, especially in this situation, trying to get a jammer out of the penalty box. It's, an ideal time. Personally, I'm not crazy about calling ORs to get blockers out of the box because, it's okay to play down on those, but definitely worth trying to get a jammer out, and especially when it's a pivot turn jammer. So see how this call goes. See if I can get some info on it and let you know. In the meantime, I'll call out some sponsors. So we have in the corner Skate Rats. They are always at the Dome on our tournaments, helping the skaters with their gear. So Skate Rats skate shop is located in downtown Loveland. They're very excited to see the return of roller derby in Colorado. A proud longtime sponsor of Denver Roller Derby, Skate Rats is a one-stop shop for all things skate. Check out their wide variety of products from custom skates to safety gear to skateboards and clothing. With over 10 years of experience, the Skate Rat staff is friendly and knowledgeable in helping you find or build whatever you may need. Make sure you check out skaterats.com, SK8RATZ.com, for a great selection of product and speedy shipping services to anywhere worldwide. Visit their retail store in Loveland for a smooth, enjoyable skating experience. Skate Rats is the best ever. It's a long time ago now, but I used to skate for Boulder in the barn. We used to skate in a barn and it burned down. And I lost all of my gear and my skates in the fire. And we had a game not even a week later in Pittsburgh that would qualify us for the Continental Cup, depending on how we did in it. And I went to Skate Rats, and they got me everything I needed, brand new gear. I got like the exact same skate setup I was on before. So shout out Skate Rats.
The officiating team observed the jammer cutting.
All right. So it sounds like that power jam was to Black Rose trying to remove the cut call from the Black Rose jammer. It sounds like the officials saw the cut happen, or they said the initiator was fell down or went out of bounds, but it sounds like the cut happened before the initiator became out of play. So the cut call stands. We have both jammers out now. Unfortunately, Zurich was not able to quite capitalize on that power jam start. We have Mona Mortel jamming for Zurich and Starstruck as a pivot, coming out of the box and getting lead status for Black Rose AllstarZ. See if we can get some points on the board for Black Rose in this pass. Woohoo! Clean by Starstruck there. That's going to be a 4-0 jam, making this a 4-6 game. This whole chat says, "Let's go Black Rose." It's like the cheer. Let's go Black Rose. Let's go Black Rose. Love it. All right, looks like we have the Zurich pivot starting in the penalty box. So Zurich is starting with 3 on this jam. We have Olive Havoc jamming for Black Rose and Mission Impossible for Zurich. And it looks like Black Rose is looking to send an O. Some offensive help. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, did it work? Almost. Fighting against a 2-wall at the top is Olive Havoc. Ooh, Black Rose called on a multiplayer. A blocker, don't worry. Olive Havoc has gained a lead jammer status for Black Rose, but Mission Impossible is out about half track behind. Zurich calling off the, not Zurich, Black Rose calling off the jam there. Some good sportsmanship, we love to see it. And it looks like that was 3 points. Ooh, we have a lead change this early in the morning. Come on. So we have a Black Rose with 7 and Zurich with 6. I don't know if, I guess in Europe you can play your drinking games, but this is the butt crack of dawn for me, so I'm going to stick to my water on these lead changes. All right, next up on the Skate Rats jam line, we have, looks like that's Scardinay and D-Rex jamming. Ooh, D-Rex finds room on the inside, but unfortunately is called for a cut track. Scardinay is in a power jam for Zurich. Looks like they had a nice coordinated sweep on the inside, springing Scardinay to get lead jammer status. Black Rose trying to set up right on that offensive sweep. Ooh, nice catch there by, let's see, that looks to be Biohazard. Scardinay does find room in the chaos to get out and get 4 points on the board. Another lead change for us. Nice catch there by Starstruck, recycling Scardinay on the inside line. D-Rex is out of the penalty box, getting some 1v1s, getting that pack moving, and does get out on their initial. Zurich coach signaling to call it off. The jam is called. Looks like another 4 points there on the board for Zurich Roller Derby. So 14-7, 8 points on that jam for Zurich.
Next up in the Skate Rats jam line, Olive versus Mona.
All right, we have an empty penalty box. We have just started jam 6. And a quick lead there for Mona Mortel. Olive Havoc is given a star pass actually there to Phoenix. So Phoenix is down up against 2 blockers, trying to find their way, making good decisions, trying to stay in the middle, take those green lights, avoiding the recycle, especially on the apex. So good choices there by Phoenix. And that forces the call off, so looks like Zurich got 4 there as well. So it'll be 18-7 in favor of Zurich Roller Derby. Yeah, one of our skaters on Mile High Club, California, skated in Zurich for a while, I think. She transferred here to Denver in 2021 when we started up again, I think. So she said they have about, like, it looks to be like 70% retention from when she was there. So that's really, really good sign that Zurich is really meshed and, you know, knows how to work together. And you can see it on the track as well. They're strong. They're recycling together. It's not, you know, big hits. It's catching and waiting for your teammates to come help. So that's awesome. A good sign that they trust each other. And it looks like we do have lead jammer status there. For Jade. That's with Black Rose AllstarZ. Mission Impossible is still working the back of the pack. They do have the star in hand. However, their pivot is in the box. A little slip there, a little reset. A strong defense shown by Black Rose right now. A lot of physically strong skaters on that team. And Jade does get out for 4 points, keeping this a close game. It's already 8 points on the board. The pivot for Zurich is standing, so we'll see if they come out, take a pass. They're coming the long way around, which is usually good. I think it makes the opposing walls not quite ready for either an offense or a pass. Oh, but the Zurich jammer gets hit out of bounds, which prevents a quick pass. Nice strong pushes there by Jade. 4 more points on the board. Big jam so far for Black Rose. We do have a star pass to Sin's sister for Zurich. Controlled hits and, yep, awesome. Another 4 points for Jade on the board. 10 seconds left in the jam. Let's see if they can get any more. Sin's sister does get out on their initial. Ooh, little apex hop there. Another 4 points on the board. Huge jam for Black Rose. That was a 24-point jam in favor of Black Rose, and Zurich was held scoreless on that jam. Ooh, looks like we have a timeout for Zurich roller derby. I think that's a good call. It's good to, halt the momentum, see where the holes are, and do some little adjustments. Jed's Pizza is another sponsor for this tournament. They're huge. They donated lunch for our officials, so huge shout out to Jet's Pizza. Craving a slice of heaven, look no further than Jet's Pizza. With their signature deep dish crust, fresh ingredients, and mouth-watering toppings, every bite is a delicious adventure. Whether you're a fan of classic pepperoni, veggie-loaded goodness, or the famous Jet's triple cheese, we've got everything for everyone. So yeah, thank you so much to Jet's Pizza for feeding our officials. It's a huge contribution. We love our officials. We like to keep them fed and energized and happy. So shout out Jets. All right, that is the end of the timeout. Black Rose has switched to a back start. Looks kind of like 4 flat, but I'm sure I'm not sure, but we'll see if they morph into a triangle. Nope, 4 flat. I can see the advantage in that. A quick collapse to knock it rolling. We have Scardinay jamming. Woo! And there's a lead for Scardinay for Zurich. Killy Peppa was at the top, but unfortunately was unable to get out before Scardinay. They're about half track behind though, so it's not too bad. Woo! Big hit there. And Scardinay is calling off the jam. Let's see if they got any points. Looks like Scardinay got 1 point. Brings Zurich to 19-31. All right, Black Rose with 4 in the back again. Looks like we have an offensive option for Zurich. I can't quite see the number, but I think that would be Jalapena, is my guess. There's some dynamic starts, so if you're doing, 2-person offensive start, the second player usually takes out the brace, but when Black Rose starts so flat like that, it's really hard to position to pick off that brace, so it's an interesting start. D-Rex does get lead jammer status for Black Rose AllstarZ. Mona Mortel is jamming up front. They do have the offensive help from Jalapena. See if they can string it together, but it's really hard to, do a thread or picks when they have 4D, but looks like someone dropped to play offense, so maybe they can get it working with just a triangle. Yeah, and I'm really liking the defense for both teams. They're very slow and controlled. There's no big movements. It's really hard to bait all these blockers out on jukes. Mona Martel does get out. Oh no, I lied. Oh, there's a star pass. That's what it was. So D-Rex gets out, little apex hop, and calls it off before Sin Sister can score. Yeah, this defense is beautiful. Ooh, let's see. Both walls fighting for the back now. Let's see how this goes. Into it, into it. We have 2 in offensive position for Zurich on the inside. And honestly, it looks like Black Rose is ready for all D. Let's see how this goes. Ooh, get that sweep. Oh, so close. We have a Mission Impossible does get lead jammer status for Zurich. All of Havoc for Black Rose is jamming and does get that offensive clear from Starstruck to get out. Ooh, quick call off just in time there for Zurich. 2 points on the board, bringing us to 21-39. Next up on the Skate Rats jam line, it looks like we have Scardinay against Jade. Scardinay does get hit out. Ooh, wow, what great reform by the Black Rose defense there. Nice and calm and controlled. 4D now. They do have pack up top. Ooh, big hit. Ooh, a couple big hits. And that is Jade with lead jammer status for Black Rose. Nice recycle there by Dash on Scardinay on the inside. Little hop, skip, and jump through for Jade to pick up 4. Scardinay is making progress up the pack. They do have the star in hand, but their pivot is helping on defense. So Black Rose down 1 blocker now. Looking for that pass reach, and there it goes. Successful star pass there to Sin Sister. Oh no, cut track. Oh boy. Cut track for Jade. So Sin Sister gets to go hold 2 minutes at altitude as a pivot turn jammer. We love to see it. We don't love to be it. Let's see. Looks like Zurich is playing a little bit of offense, a little more passive though. Trusting in Sin Sister on their jammer skills. Ooh, nice line work there. Ooh, 1 more to beat. Oh, but they went out. Nice. That's 4 points on the board. A total of 8 for each team. The 4 points were, the 4 points were collected for Jade at the end of that jam, even though they are starting in the penalty box. So we do have a power jam start here for Zurich. Looks to me like Black Rose is going to want to run away. They're taking top, or are they just going to set up? Oh, they're just going to set up. All right. Trusting their defense. We have Mona Mortel jamming for Zurich right now, trying to find those holes, working with their offense. Looks like they're trying to go for inside sweep, and it does work. Great pick there by Harley Hot Roll. Jade is now standing in the box, star in hand. Yeah, one thing I'm enjoying seeing right now is the defenders will hit the jammer out, but they're not doing like crazy big recycles. It's forcing the jammer to just go into the sad place of the seam, which, you know, is definitely a strategy here at altitude. Gas them jammers early, make them grind in that tripod. Some big O coming in from Starstruck, trying to spring Jade, and it does work. Jade puts that star back on. but Mona Mortel calls it before Jade can re-enter the pack. That was 3 points on the board for Zurich. So nice lockdown defense there by Black Rose to prevent more points. So at a 15-point game now. Black Rose still thriving off that huge jam that was at 20 point something jam earlier. We have one Zurich blocker in the penalty box starting this jam. Yep, nice absorption there by massive tiger moves and just trusting their wall to reform with them. Ooh, almost there! Fighting at the top is Kelly Peppa. Kelly Peppa does get lead jammer status over Michi Impossible. Some offensive help coming in from the penalty box for Michi. Wow, a strong tool on the top for Zurich, bridging out, and actually long enough to get some recycling, but ooh, man, lots of catches up top. That's awesome. Mission Impossible does get out, forcing Black Rose to call it off with only 4 points on the board. Both teams playing a very smart game. Dynamic starts, trying to figure out how to capitalize on the other team's formations, but also these defenses are super locked down. It's, ooh, nice save there. We have a D-Rex jamming for Black Rose and Scardinay for Zurich. Ooh, and D-Rex does find a hole on the outside, giving them lead jammer status. Star in hand there for Scardinay. And I heard that one of Zurich's main jammers was unable to get a visa. Oh, I don't even want to start talking about the visa system in this country, but here we are. But that's very unfortunate for Zurich. It's always hard to be, missing players. D-Rex calls that jam with 4-3 on that pass, so 7 total for the jam. And Black Rose is starting to gain a little bit of traction in this game, a little bit of room, but Zurich has been adapting their start, so we'll see if they can find a solution.
Next up, this Layback's Channel 9 Hall event for Black Rose versus Mona Mortel for Zurich.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That was Olive Havoc really fighting up top to get that lead jammer status. Strong pushes to get there. Mona Mortel jamming for Zurich. Ooh. Zurich unable to reform in time to slow down Olive Havoc, so quick 4 points there. Zurich choosing to focus on D. They do have one blocker in the penalty box, so it does make it hard to facilitate O. Nice, strong. Woo! Mona Mortel still working in the back there. Yeah, these edges on Zurich are pretty impressive. I really enjoy seeing, everyone really forcing contact with the jammer. Any inch you give them, they can capitalize. So I love seeing just blockers forcing that contact consistently. So we do have the pivot back on the track, playing some offense there for Mona Mortel. And looking for that pass, reaching in there. Ooh, but Mona capitalizes. Oh, just to get reabsorbed into a tripod. Nice footwork there by Olive Havoc on the outside. It looks like Zurich is having a little bit of trouble figuring out how to capitalize offensively. And then, of course, if your jammer gets hit off the track, you can't quite play offense. So that was a delay there, but on that specific instance. But very, very strong defense there by Black Rose. They held that jammer whole 2 minutes and got 23 points on the board. Black Rose being as wide as possible on the back line there. They don't want to give room for Zurich's offense. We have Jade jamming for Black Rose AllstarZ up against Mission Impossible for Zurich. Woohoo! Lead jammer for Zurich. That's Mission Impossible. I think it's been maybe 3 or 4 jams since Zurich has had lead jammer status. That's always great to see. A little shift in momentum, perhaps. Star pass there to Starstruck for Black Rose. Zurich getting all 4 before calling it off. We have starting with the empty penalty box. And on our Skate Rats jam line, we have D-Rex for Black Rose and Scardenay for Zurich. Quick lead there for D-Rex. It looks like a Black Rose scoring pass strategy kind of separate the Zurich blockers, so their jammers only have to go against maybe 1 or 2 blockers at a time. All right, so it looks like for this next jam, Zurich has their offense hustled to the line to place themselves inside of the wall. Mix up that start, see if we can create some movement there. For Zurich, we have Mona Mortel and Killy Peppa for Black Rose jamming. Big offense there by Meanie from Black Rose trying to pop Killy Peppa. They did get movement, but unfortunately it wasn't quite enough. Zurich was able to reform. Zurich really fighting to stay slow, not move forward. You know, a lot of people run away when they see O coming. Zurich's like, nah, we're gonna stay here. All right, both jammers going back. Let's see when this recycle stops. Smart there by Mona Mortel, knowing you can cut one of your teammates, so it does allow them to enter ahead of Killy Peppa there. We have 4D for Black Rose on top. Flegel trying to create some movement there for Mona Mortel, but these blockers are not moving. Very slow derby this morning. Sounds bad, but it's a good thing, we all know. Starstruck trying to create some chaos up there. Ooh. A little skate emergency. Big hit there by Starstruck, trying to create some movement. Ooh, nice slip there by Harley Hot Roll to maintain contact with Killy Pepper. But it was enough chaos to get Killy Peppa lead jammer status for Black Rose. Ooh, right when the jam ends. Darn. Super strong defense by both teams on that jam. And I think it's usually about, this time in the game, depending on how many jammers you have. The elevation here in Colorado is a little high. So not as much air here. And as a jammer, you can usually start to see them tapering off a bit. All right, now on the skate wraps jam line, we have Mishy Impossible and Olive Havoc. Woo! Lead jammer status there for Olive Havoc. Ooh, and a fast star pass. Let's see. There we go. And that star pass is to Purple Pain for Zurich, forcing the call off with, looks like, 2 points for Black Rose. So that was a great star pass there. We have 1:21 left in the half. We may be seeing the last jam in a minute here. So far, pretty clean gameplay. Only a couple power jams. All right, offensive work there by Flegel on the Zurich side. Oh, not quite enough. We have Jade jamming for the Black Rose AllstarZ and Scardinay for Zurich. Ooh. Some big jukes there by Jade to get the pack moving, but a little slip. Ooh, there we go. Lead jammer status for Jade by Black Rose. Zurich preventing a long recycle back. A couple people on offense, but needing to switch to defense as Jade approaches. Ooh, nice strength there. Oh, it looks like there was an attempted star pass, but it must not have been official. Directional there by Starstruck. So one Black Rose blocker to the box and one leaves. 8 on this jam for Jade for Black Rose. Star pass complete. And that is Jean-Claude Van Damme out in scoring position. Looks like Black Rose is choosing to run the jam. Looking at their coach's hand signals. I think that's a smart choice. The period timer is done, so they can call it. Oh, nice. Very smart. I'm into these coaching decisions. Black Rose coach decided to run it against a pivot to clear the penalty box. So when the next half starts, they'll have full 4 blockers on the track. So with that was a big jam for Black Rose that put 12 points on the board. So we go into halftime with 99 for Black Rose and 39 for Zurich. Really awesome derby so far. Very strong, controlled defense. There's not running. There's not big recycles. They don't need to do big hits. Some interesting starts. You can kind of see the chess happening, the jam line, trying to see who's getting position and all the minor adjustments like that. So a good first half here. We will see you, or I'll see you in, what does that say, 14 minutes? Yes, see you soon.
For keeping us all safe and legitimate.
All right. Well, welcome back, everybody, to our Nightmare on Delaware Street tournament, our Goosebumps tournament in Denver, Colorado. I'm Glitterous.
And I'm Leah.
Leah's participating. We love it. Currently, we are in the middle of Black Rose AllstarZ versus Zurich City AllstarZ. Looks like we had a pretty dominant half by Black Rose. So far from the game, I've just seen lots of strong defense, not a lot of running, short recycles on both sides. So it's been a very grindy game so far. Hello, Scara. How are you this morning? And I know we definitely have some Zurich fans in the house. Maybe not an early morning game for them, like the rest of us.
I overheard a Black Rose skater saying that they wanted more from their fans.
Ooh,
They
in
want
the
a little more
chat?
noise. A little more noise. No, in the venue.
Oh, okay. So the Black Rose coach did run that last jam to clear the penalty box, so we do see that coming to fruition here. Full packs, or full walls. Woo, 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 woo. We're just ready to play. Looks like we have a clock stoppage here, an official timeout before we get rolling again.
Also, check out Tail Animal Shelter. Please go and tell Richard the cat or Logan the dog or any of their other friendly animals that are waiting for you to give them a new family.
Oh, there's a jam start. All right. We have a Jade jamming for Black Rose AllstarZ and Mission Impossible jamming for Zurich. Jade working the top of the pack there. Ooh, good footwork there on that outside line, giving Jade lead jammer status. And Mission Impossible does have the start in hand, but is finding room, drives up that inside line and does get out. More excellent toe stop work there on the outside, but a nice catch by Massive Tiger Moves to end that jam, forcing the call off and saving a point. So that was only 3 points on the board there for Black Rose AllstarZ, and they held Zurich AllstarZ 2-0. Yeah, I can hear everyone yelling all the way from Pennsylvania and Switzerland and wherever Gary is. I hear you. Ooh, yelling from Glasgow. Very cool. All right, next jam we have Scardinay jamming for Zurich Roller Derby and D-Rex for Black Rose. Ooh, no, looks like we have a track cut there for Scardinay, giving Black Rose a power jam. D-Rex does get lead. And let's see what those blockers decide to do. Lining up on the outside. Maybe they'll do a sweep on the out. Ooh, a sweep to the in. But Zurich manages to hit out the jammer, so the sweep doesn't quite go the way as they planned. All right, D slowly taking those green lights and pushing apart those Zurich defenders to get out for 4 points. In that time, though, the Zurich jammer Scardinay has gotten out of the box. So that was a pretty good power kill there by Zurich.
It was, absolutely.
What was called? Ooh, a forearm called on D-Rex. So we will be going the full 2 minutes as they've lost lead jammer status. And Scardinay still working the back of the pack, looking for that way out. Little sweep attempt there. But Black Rose really just not allowing that offense to do too much. Nice.
Well, there's enough time for one scoring pass here.
There's a point. Ooh. A little, oops, sorry there. D-Rex out of the penalty box, onto the track, and out of the pack.
Really tough defense in this game so far. It's I feel like that's a challenge both teams are going to have to overcome.
Yeah, definitely. This is, normally when you see people getting offense played on them, they start rolling forward and all that, but both of these teams just go behind the offense. So that was an 8-4 jam in favor of Black Rose. This jam we have, that's Indetermination getting lead jammer status for Zurich. Olive Havoc jamming for Black Rose. Trying to find that space, but once again, Zurich just really forcing that contact. All right, a hit out there by Massive Tiger moves to recycle Olive Havoc there. And again there by Sin Sister. See, this jam's been going for 35 seconds and it hasn't even reached the apex yet, so if that's any idea of how strong this defense is. Zurich calls it off with 3 points on that jam, 3-0. Yelling from Iceland for our 2 NSOs who made the trip. That's so cool. Who are your NSOs? Huge shout out to all the refs, officials, and announcers. I appreciate you. Love you so much. Thank you so much, Turtle Mama. And shout out to, oh yeah, hi Gilly. She's in the screen. All right, we have a lead jammer status there for Mishi Impossible from Zurich Roller Derby. Jade is jamming for Black Rose, does have the star in hand. Looks like they did complete a star pass to their pivot. So the jammer for Black Rose is now Dash. Dash fighting up against a Zurich 2-wall. At the top, slowly again taking those green lights, staying in the middle of the track, avoiding getting recycled. Ooh, unfortunately does get a high block call. And that's a trend we've seen in this game so far a couple times, is pivots going to the box as a jammer. So let's see if Zurich can capitalize on this. All right, and it looks like a good sweep there by Zurich. Black Rose is really good at, reforming on the top though. Reforming on top. Yeah, I think Zurich's O has been a bit passive, but that was a good sweep there. Nice catch as well, with Dash returning to the track. It's actually an interesting strategy also by the pivot Dash catch them for Black Rose. They are technically the jammer, but they have the star in their hand, so they look like a pivot. Maybe that can create some sort of distraction. But there we go. Now they have to exit the pack, forcing Zurich to call off that jam at, looks like must be 12 points. So a big jam there for Zurich. Inching closer, slowly but surely, towards Black Rose. We have an empty penalty box for the next jam start.
Yeah, bad news for the jammers, because these defenses, they really work together. They stay together. They're good at knocking jammers out and staying in bounds at the same time.
It's in the Skate Rats jam line. We have Scardinay jamming for Zurich and D-Rex for Black Rose. Another quick lead for D-Rex. Ooh, nice work there by Scardinay to find room on the inside line. D-Rex calling it off just in time to prevent any scoring from Scardinay. Giving 3 points for Black Rose on that jam. Okay, Penalty and Scapegoat are Icelandic residents and mainstays of Roller Derby Iceland. So shout out to those NSOs for coming all the way here. Looks like we have a team timeout for Black Rose. Read off some sponsor stuff for us. Are you ready to elevate your everyday bag? Whether you're heading back to work, hitting the gym, or enjoying a weekend adventure, Kind Bags has the perfect match for your lifestyle. Choose from a range of sizes, colors, and styles that reflect your unique personality. Visit Kind Bags, that's spelled KYNDBAGS.com, and use our code KIND, KIND 20 for 20% off your first order. That's Kind Bags, KYND bags. And thank you also to our sponsor, Sisu. Designed with athletes in mind. Say goodbye to old, bulky mouth guards. Talk, breathe, and drink easily with Sisu. Ultra lightweight and super comfortable. This is the only mouth guard you need. Facts, I love Sisu.
I love the new 3D ones.
New 3D one?
Yeah, like they're already kind of mouth guard shaped,
Oh, cool.
so you still form them, but it's a lot easier.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, heck yeah. I don't know why they put a microphone in front of me, but, you know, that's on them at this point. Let's see. Looks like we have Olive Havoc jamming for Black Rose Roller Derby and Indetermination for Zurich AllstarZ. Yeah, you can see anytime the jammers pull out of the seam, the defense just rolls back and takes that space away. So the Black Rose defense is actually like actively gaining distance backwards from the Zurich wall up front. There we go. Great offense there by Zurich for an outside sweep to pop Indetermination. Olive Havoc does have lead jammer status, although it's not indicated on the board. But the jam ref is pointing, and they called it off. So that's 2 points there for Black Rose, 0 for Zurich. This has been a pretty clean game so far. I'd say definitely both teams have been under 10 penalties, which means a lot of full starts. It looks like we have a Mission Impossible jamming for Zurich and Philly Pepper for Black Rose. Philly Pepper really just trying to push, get space up front, and it works. Ooh, and then it looks like they had a little bit of a tumble, but still managed to get out. And Mission Impossible almost got out as well, but got caught and recycled. Star pass there to Purple Pain for Zurich. And Black Rose does have a blocker in the box, and I've actually seen a strategy from them before. They have chosen to run it against a pivot turn jammer to clear the box. So let's see if Purple Pain can get some points, and they actually do get out. All right, now you can hear the bench for the call off. So that was 4 points for Black Rose, and then Zurich got 0 on that pass. So it ended up being an even jam, 4-4. I love running it on pivots, but then I also love when pivots can jam. So it's just like you think you're being smart, and then you get beat, but you never know if it's going to happen. It's so fun.
It would be fun to coach in a situation where you don't know the other pivots necessarily, so you got to just find out.
Yeah, no better way than just running it and seeing how it goes.
Yeah.
We have a Scardinay jamming for Zurich with lead jammer status, and that's Jade about half track behind for Black Rose. And Scardinay does call it off. There's a big hit there by Hazard, and let's see. Hazard and Tree, I think, that stopped Scardinay in their tracks, keeping them to only 1 point. All right. Next up on the Skate Rats Jam line, we have D-Rex for Black Rose AllstarZ and Indetermination for Zurich. D-Rex so far has gotten lead very quickly. I think they've been very good at taking their offense on the start.
Oh yeah, 100%.
All right, we have lead jammer status there for D-Rex. Indetermination is out, maybe quarter track behind. Let's see if D-Rex can capitalize, calling it off before Indetermination can score. And it looks like 0 for Zurich and Jam Ref confirming with the outside. Let's see. And it looks like 2 points on the board for Black Rose in that jam. Zurich prioritizing the back wall this time, which is interesting. The first half it was the opposite. So we have Olive Havoc getting lead jammer status for Black Rose, and Mission Impossible is jamming for Zurich. And a bit of a pile up there with a big recycle there by Tree. Cam from Black Rose sliding in, place him out, get that wall moving a bit. And it actually looks like it worked. Slowly but surely. That was just the tip of the iceberg. That was cool. 4 points there for Olive Havoc. Mission Impossible does have the start in hand. But the pivot is in the defensive triangle, so they're not quite in a position to take a pass right now. Ooh. Oh man, I thought the pivot was gonna sneak in and take that star, but Black Rose is on top of it. All right, star pass there to Jean-Claude Van Damme. But a recycle there by Starstruck. Some pivot on pivot action. It's games like this that make me glad I'm not a jammer. This is just a slow grind in the sad place for both teams.
That was like the second, little apex jump there.
Yeah.
Right at the last second. That was the second time they like bridged all three, like used all three bridge spots that you could, and no penalties.
Yeah,
no
it's
out
been
of play.
super impressive so far.
You know, they never put their teammates out of play. It was like very disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah, I've seen so far. It's been really impressive just to see like. It feels like there's like no chaos. Like everyone's calm. I'm like, I don't know how you do that. I've been playing this game for a long time. A wild animal run around when that whistle blows. So it's really impressive to see the amount of control both teams have.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have a team timeout for Zurich. Great Divide Brewing Company is a brewery of great character, making remarkable beer while being active in the community, partly by supporting us here at the Rollerdome. Thank you, Great Divide, for sponsoring us and providing us with a great beer. We also have Skate Scooties. Check out Skate Scooties, engineered for stability. This patent-pending wheel-locking design lets you commute over rough terrain, practice tricks and footwork, or just feel confident in sketchy places. Skate Scooties, I think, is a local company, and it's like something you can put easily on and off your wheels to like lock them, so you can walk in rough terrain or up and down stairs safely and things like that. Definitely an awesome tool to have.
Yeah, I used to practice in a facility where the bathroom was upstairs, up the sketchiest steps you've ever seen in an old warehouse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could use some scooties for that. Mm-hmm. So it looks like we have Scardinay in jamming for Zurich and Jade for Black Rose. Unfortunately, Jade did get a penalty. I didn't quite see what the penalty was, but lead jammer status is open and taken by Scardinay. Looks like we have a jammer and a pivot in the box now for Black Rose. Scardinay coming in hot with some offensive help there by Massive Tiger moves. Jammer has returned for Black Rose, but there's no pack in the back. There we go. Jade capitalizing on that out of play chaos in the back and getting out, but points on the board there for Zurich. Four points on the board. It's a 70-point game, if I can count, which I can't, so don't trust me on nothing.
That's right. I'm an engineer.
I was gonna say I trust Leah more than probably. I trust Leah with any situation, including math. All right. Next up on the Scarex Jam line, we have Indetermination for Zurich AllstarZ and D-Rex for Black Rose. D-Rex quick lead again. Very impressive. Some good jukes, and looks like D-Rex's goal was to just attack the seam, which, you know, obviously they have to block their link. Big jump there. That was like a stacked with 2 blockers as well. Looks like D-Rex's strategy is just to not touch anybody. Indetermination looking for a star pass, completes it.
It's still working.
Run! No! So close. Jean-Claude Van Damme almost got out, but Starstruck hit them for that recycle. I think that happened last time, too. The same matchup. Some fancy footwork on the outside line by D-Rex to get 4 more points. One left to beat for Jean-Claude Van Damme. Now it's 2. Green lights, green lights. You can see their jam coach, or their turn coach, encouraging them out of play. Perfect. Says Jean-Claude Van Damme in scoring position. And it looks like D-Rex has been told to call it off. They did get the box cleared, so 0 points on the board for Zurich in that jam. 28 for Black Rose. I think that's the biggest jam they've had so far in this game.
I wonder if anybody in the chat knows the pronunciation for, because I think it might be Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Probably.
You know,
I would trust you.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Remember what I told you? I trust Leah on anything.
Yeah. Cheesy 80s martial arts movies.
Oh,
and
yeah. We all know that
Subtraction.
video.
Yeah.
Let's see, that's All of Havoc with Fleet Jammer status for Black Rose and Mission Impossible for Zurich. Whee. Zurich, as soon as that jammer pulls out, they start sucking back, which actually prevented the O from being able to execute their play. All right. Massive Tiger Moods playing some offense. 4 points on the board there for All of Havoc. Little burst of speed there to get a couple points. But it looked like Sin Sister locked that down with a nice hit out to the outside on All of Havoc there. Pack is top. Some pretty aggressive O there by Phoenix. Get that Zurich wall moving, but it actually gets Mission Impossible out as well in the chaos. Should be full 4. Yep, so 4 points there for Black Rose. That was an 8-4 jam in Black Rose's favor. All right, now we're switching up. We're taking top walls. Now we're fighting for the top.
Yeah, Zurich definitely has a plan every time they go out on this
Oh, yeah,
track.
you can tell.
Yeah.
It was interesting in the first half seeing the adaptations, too. It was like Black Rose kind of doing like a 4, not a 4 flat, because one was inverted, but it was, you know, a pretty straight line, and Zurich was finding like adapting to hustle to the track to get there first to put an O on the line and stuff like that. We have Killy Peppa jamming for Black Rose, AllstarZ, and Chardonnay for Zurich. And that is Killy Peppa in Flea Jammer status. Chardonnay taking off that painting with a quick pass to Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah, the beautiful echoing voice you hear in the background is Iron Lung, an announcer for Denver Roller Derby.
So we're up to a 105-point lead. Just a few jams.
Yeah.
Black Rose really turning it up.
What's the altitude in Zurich?
I would suspect it's pretty high. A country just like in and surrounded by the mountains.
You know, I feel that too. But it's actually lower elevation than Denver.
Interesting. Okay.
It's 1,339 feet. Denver is about 4 times as much as that.
I'll tell you, flying from Zurich to Denver is probably not an advantage.
Yeah.
You know, just being on an airplane for 12 hours or whatever it is.
In another country.
Yeah.
Drinking different water, different food. And then Black Rose is from Hanover, Pennsylvania.
That's like 1,000 feet. Like the whole state's kind of 1,000 feet.
Ooh, 600.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the altitude is definitely a factor when teams travel here. I've definitely seen, normally what I see when teams come here to play is the jammers start running out of gas in the first half. And then when you just get them in the seam and they just have to drive, they kind of slowly but surely run out of steam. So I think we'll see a bit more of that in the second half, and maybe that's what Black Rose is capitalizing on, is some tired jammers. All right, next jam start. We have D-Rex jamming for Black Rose and Mission Impossible for Zurich City AllstarZ. That's Flegel trying to play some offense there for Mission Impossible. And Biohazard playing offense there for D-Rex, but unfortunately D-Rex does get a penalty.
Forearm.
No! So.
And they've passed the star, so 2-minute jam.
They haven't passed it, they just took it off.
Took
but
it off.
Still, 2
2-minute
minutes,
jam.
yes.
Yeah.
So looks like Zurich is talking to make a plan. Looks like the plan is to try and do a sweep. But Black Rose reforming really well. D-Rex out of the penalty box already. Unfortunately, Zurich was unable to capitalize with that 30 seconds. And D-Rex is officially in scoring position. We have 40 seconds left in the jam. And this is that grind I was just talking about.
And Black Rose coming in to break it up with a little bit of offense.
And, with that fatigue with altitude, penalties do start coming in as well. That's 2 in this jam.
Denver sports teams have this like extra advantage, not just the altitude. So I learned about this. There's a study out there, I think. It's about not the football team, but the basketball, baseball, and hockey teams have this advantage because of where we're located and the flights. I'll tell you about
we
that
have
in a
like
second.
less. It's like 2 hours to everywhere.
Yeah, so they're all medium-length flights, and that hurts the opposing teams when they visit us because they don't get like an extra day off that a long flight would give you.
Oh. So we have an advantage when teams come here,
Yes.
but
A
then
double
we have
advantage.
a disadvantage every time we go anywhere.
Yeah. Well, and so like the Denver sports teams are very good at home and not so good away on the road.
That makes sense. All right, looks like we have All of Havoc with lead jammer status for Black Rose with some cool Gumby moves at the top of the pack. And Zurich AllstarZ has Skardane jamming. Woo, a little slippy out there. Starstruck with a big drawback there on Skardane. And that was, I can't see the number, but I think that was Phoenix saying no to the Skardane getting out. Okay, and I'm seeing now in the second half a little bit of a change in strategy on the Zurich side. So in the first half, neither team was doing big drawbacks at all. Just kind of let the jammer re-enter just into the seam, but now I'm seeing more big drawbacks on both sides actually. So an interesting development. That was a 6-point jam there for Black Rose, 0 for Zurich.
I wish we had a producer to tell us the point differential of the last 20 minutes because we're at 191 to 74. It's like a very different game than it was just like 15 minutes ago.
And that's Indetermination with lead jammer status for Zurich. Killy Peppa just got sprung loose about half track behind. Zurich, calling it off just in time to prevent Black Rose from scoring. It's like the jam refs conferring, and there was 0 points scored on both teams for that pass. Okay, 1:43 left in the game. This half went by super quick. It's Jade fighting up top against that strong Zurich 3 wall with a little bit of help from Phoenix to get that lead jammer status. Mission impossible. Quick star pass in the back, but Black Rose just on top of these star passes. I think more often than not, they are able to catch the pivot on that pass.
Yeah, I feel like that could be a difference maker in the last 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Zurich is good at passing it quickly and soon and effectively.
And Pack is at the top. Nice pick there by Phoenix to get Jade some more points on the board. Zurich setting up and back. Phoenix to the out and Jade to follow. Nice little spins and footwork.
I wonder if some of the fatigue is setting in with them not playing as together as they were.
Yeah, it feels maybe they are getting a bit tired.
Yeah, Zurich has just been struggling to sort of reform a defensive wall on, especially this jam.
All right, and that is the game. Another big jam for Black Rose. Put a little exclamation point on it. It's a 19-point jam. We're waiting for our officials to confirm, but I'm pretty sure Black Rose won this one. And that's the official score. Black Rose All-Stars 210 to Zurich City All-Stars 74. Super cool game to watch. The defenses were so strong, and I saw lots of, I don't know. I like seeing positive interactions with the opposing teams. So, lots of high fives and lots of smiles out there. So, fun game. Let's see. Next game is
Standbys, and I think Black Rose B.
Yeah,
Does that sound right?
that does sound right. Let me look up the official names so we can make everybody proud. Next game is at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Black Rose Riveters versus the Denver Layovers.
Layovers, not standbys.
Correct. So that'll be in about 35 minutes. We're going to show you some very cool, fun commercials in the meantime, and we will see you soon.